anything like my husband and can manage to lock yourself out of the house, sometimes with a baby still inside the house, then this week's smart tech section is just for you. So Verity, today we're talking about smart locks. What are they? What do they do?
So they attach onto your door and they allow you to go keyless. So it can be that you use an app to let yourself in. It can just be that it recognises your phone as you're approaching the door and unlocks the door. It can be a key code. There's a various different ways you can use smart locks, and again it will be dependent on brand. You can also give kind of access to delivery people or even friends and family, and you can put a time limit on that if you'd only like your mum to be able to have access to your house, you know, on a Monday or something. So yes, so it kind of gives you a little bit more flexibility, and so yeah, when you don't have to worry about losing your keys.
And are they secure? Because what if you lose your phone and then someone else can use it to unlock the door?
So on the whole, if you lose your phone, you are going to have to get in contact with your smart lock provider, usually through a web app or through somebody else's smartphone. Let them know you've lost your phone and they can put in security steps to make sure that that's not possible. But I guess it is a little bit like if you lost your keys, if somebody knew where you lived, they could access your home. So there is a sort of a roadblock in terms of having to get in contact with your provider, but as long as you do that with, you know, in a timely fashion, your home should be secure and you can lock it down.
And do they work with all types of door, or are there some that they just don't work with?
Different locks will work with different doors. You can usually go onto the website you're looking at, and they'll usually be kind of like a compatibility check. It will depend on the shape of your current lock and things like that. So yes, always check that before you buy, that your door and your type of lock, that your mechanical lock is compatible with the smart lock.
And are they for DIYers? Like, can I install it myself, or do I need to get a pro in to install it?
There's both. There's some that are going to be a little bit more involved that you're going to need somebody in to install, but on the whole, most of them are do-it-yourself jobs. If you can, you know, follow a few step-by-step instructions, you can usually do them yourself.
And do you think that they're worthwhile? Is this something that we should get now while the technology is like it is now, or should we wait until they're a bit more developed?
So at the moment, right now, they are really useful. For certain circumstances, definitely for, you know, rather than having your packages left outside, if you've got a delivery, you can, you know, give a kind of one-time access code to delivery people so they can get into your home, drop it off and leave. You can provide smart keys to friends and family if you need them to get into your house at any point. But of course, it is a bit of a leap of faith. It can be quite a scary idea that, you know, technology is in charge of your locks. But these are really reputable companies. Some of them who have been in the, you know, old school lock game, like Yale, you know, you can put your faith in them, but they are still, you know, working out a few bumps. There was a brand that went down and some people struggled, they couldn't get into their homes it was a very short amount of time. But of course there are those things when systems go down, that's when smart home things can falter a little bit. So there are some hiccups, there are some teething problems, but there are some circumstances where they are really, really useful. And
cost-wise, what sort of money should we be looking to spend?
Well, whereas with other bits of smart home, you might fancy trying, you know, a brand you haven't heard of, or, you know, going a little bit budget, see how you do. I think overall the recommendation is that, you know, you should spend as much as you can on a smart lock for the reasons we've discussed previously, in terms of it being a reputable company and you knowing that your home is in safe hands. On the whole, the ones that are really out there are kind of £200 and above. That's for one lock, depending on if you just need to put a smart lock on your front door, if you want it on both doors, if you have a couple of different access points. On the whole, I think most people are probably just going to want it on their front door. So yeah, £200 and above is about the sort of price you want to be wanting to be spending.
I think you've sold me on that one. Money well spent if it can stop my husband locking himself out.
Definitely.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much, Verity. Join us next time. We're going to be talking about smart washing machines.